meals and recipes, a few work things, household inventory, and movie collection. That is the main stuff that I use. Hi, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing my part two that I started a long time ago about organizing my life. I did the notes section or the notes app, and I explained how I use that. And now we're going to be doing Notion. I will say I did try to record this a few times, and every time there was some issue with the audio or something. And so I decided not to screen record my computer this time and just to show you it on my iPad. But just a reminder that Notion can be used on your computer, on your phone, on your iPad. The majority of the time I do my mini iPad or I do my phone. But I'm just going to show you what I use, and I will put links to anything that I used. I will also say I did make some of the stuff myself or things that I did purchase. Some of the things I did end up editing or like making it work for me. And so maybe if you look at it, I would just be careful when you're looking at the listings, because I don't want you to think this is exactly what it looks like, because some of the stuff I did kind of adjust to make it work for me. First thing I'm going to show you is my favorite, which is meals and recipes. And this is something I use all the time. Now, one thing I think I mentioned in the first video is that I tried different apps for all the different things. So for meals and recipes, I did at one point keep them in my notes app. I did at one point keep them or try a GoodNotes journal. The GoodNotes, the reason I didn't like it was because there's a lot of typing or writing, and it just was not super easy to get recipes imported, where this is very easy to import recipes. And so that's why I have stuck with this one. This particular one, we have a meal prep area. So you have the days of the week. I took all the breakfast and lunch off. I personally just need dinner. I do dinner and then I do like a baking day usually. And so that's all I personally needed. But the nice thing is you have the days of the week and then you can add your meals. And so you can click here and you can, now it's blank, and you have all this stuff. So let's say I'm looking for a mac and cheese dish, and this is something I already have imported in here, but I can say, yes, that is what we're going to click. I click this little plus, and now it's right here. So I can see on Monday for dinner, we're going to have this. And instead of having to search for all my recipes, I can plan it out. And then when it's Monday, I can just click on this, click here, and now it's going to open up that recipe. And so it just makes it very, very easy. So that is the little meal prep area. And then sometimes if I don't have a recipe and it's like, hey, we're having something that I don't need a recipe for, I also added this little text area so I can just type in exactly what we're having. Like here's like eat out for birthday. We're going to have pizza because it was someone's birthday. And so I just typed that in. I obviously don't need like a recipe for that, but at least I can just type it and I don't have to wonder why it's blank, basically. But here's all the recipes, and I have categorized them. So again, I made these categories myself, but I did breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts, bread, sourdough discard, crock pot, and holiday. And so if I'm just looking for, I have a ton of sourdough discard and I'm just looking for something there, I have all of these imported. So let me show you like what one looks like. So here's chocolate chip cookies. You can put your picture. You can put the category, you can link it. So if I click this, it will open up the browser and it'll take me directly to that website that I found on the recipe on. And then it comes with prep time and cooking time and then total time and then serves. Now I did add like fermentation time. It doesn't calculate though. So what came with this actual thing was the prep time and the cooking time. And so what's nice is you put 15 minutes there, you put 9 minutes there, it's going to total it to 24. It calculates it for you. And then down here we have ingredients and instructions. And then on some of them I do have nutrition. If it's included on there, I have nutrition. And so again, that was something that I like fixed and edited. So here I have nutrition. I also made it so that they are all check boxes, because a lot of times when I'm cooking, I will forget what step I'm on. And so for me, I like to just be able to come in here and check stuff off, and it kind of just checks it and it crosses it off. And then obviously when I'm done with the recipe, I can come back in and I'll have it fresh for the next time. Okay, so that's basically what this looks like. To add a new one, you just click add, and then you just, whatever it is, if it's like cookies, And again, you put the link, but here's like prep time. So if you say it takes 10 minutes of prep time, you can see that it also totaled it. But then I'm going to say cooking time takes 15 minutes. And so now you can see it does 25. So it's kind of cool that it just kind of calculates it for you. And then right down here, here's the recipe. So you can always edit this, and that's what I have done, but it does come with a basic one that kind of looks like this. So you click recipe and it's going to populate, and this is what my basic one looks like. So ingredients, instructions, notes, and nutrition. So that is what the recipes look like. And you can go like this, and then these are just all the recipes that I have. Kind of switch through here and kind of see, if you just are looking for dessert, you're looking for lunch stuff, breakfast, whatever. So I have really, really loved using this for my recipes. And the nice thing is when you have a website, all you have to do is copy and paste it. So you don't have to, in terms of like, in comparison to GoodNotes, I was having to reformat it or everything. But the nice thing is you can just copy it and then you just paste it right into that little category, and it's just very easy to import new recipes, which is what I loved. The next thing that I have used, and this I made myself, but this is my movie collection, and so this would only be helpful if you maybe have a ton of DVDs, but I created this because my husband has a ton of DVDs and they're in all these cases, and I think we have 4 or 5 cases. And the issue is anytime we wanted to look for a movie, we'd all have to grab a case and look through it. And so I thought, what if I could make something that would be very easy to search? So I made this. Basically, it has the name of the movie, the category it is, if it's like a comedy, action movie, the location, and then the page number on that location. And so I have all of our movies down here. I have them categorized by action and stuff. But what's nice is if you're looking for something, I can just click search. And if I'm looking for Jurassic Park, you can see Jurassic Park came up, and we've got all of these, and it tells me what case it's in and what page it's on. So this has been super helpful. I will say even my husband, who is not super techie, he has gone onto my computer before and searched up movies if I'm not home. So if like my daughter wants to watch some movie, he will go in there. So it's very nice that he's able to use it too, but it's been very helpful. So that is just something I created myself, but if you are maybe looking for an idea or maybe you have DVDs, it's just very simple. I created a very simple table that has the name of the movie, the categories, and I just made the categories myself. And then, location, again, this is just like a tag, so I just tagged what it's called, and then the page number. Okay, next I have my household inventory. This is something I did make this one. Yes, I made this one. I looked at a few of them and they were just very complicated. And a lot of them were connected to grocery lists. So it's like if something ran out, it would then like put it on your grocery list. And I don't know, then it was connected to recipes. It was just too much for me. I wanted something super simple. So this one, it says inventory, and you put the inventory. I have location. So if it's pantry, fridge, just a household item, which usually means like cleaning supplies. And then on hand, so I will write out or type out how many we have. So we have 4, we have 1, whatever, and then stock. So we have in stock, out of stock, low in stock. And then type. So if it's grains, meats, baking, condiments, all of that. So before I go to the grocery store, I always do try to check, or if I am cooking and I go, hey, we just used the last red sauce, then I'll try to come in here and, make sure I put out of stock. And then when I am making my grocery list, I can come in here and see. And I found this very helpful because I can remember so many times we'd go to the grocery store and my husband would be like, how many red sauces do we have? And I'd be like, I don't know. He'd be like, okay, do we need toilet paper? And I'd be like, I don't know. Like I just literally was like, I can't remember. Okay. Like I could not remember when I had bought it, what we had in the house. And so this is helpful because I will pull this out at the store and I will be able to see exactly what we need. And so this up here has like everything, and you could click load more and it has like your whole list. But then down here I have it categorized just by everything out of stock, everything low, everything in stock. And that way I can just go look at these 2 lists for when I'm shopping and kind of see exactly what I want to pick up at the store. So that is my household inventory. Okay, so the next thing I use is more business. So I won't spend a ton of time doing this because this is very specific to my business. I just have for my studio, I have created a little studio suggestion. So anytime somebody asks for something or wants something, I kind of put it here. It just has the different categories in our studio and I can write, the suggestions. And then every month I do use this, where every month I put what is in the studio, what category it goes in. If it's done, I have not started, in progress, and done. And then if it's done, if it's been printed, if it's in the right month, and if it's been categorized. So for me personally, that just kind of helps me keep on track. I even have a to-do list down here of just things that I have to do. I don't use it a lot, but I kind of will just kind of glance at it just to make sure. I mean, I do the studio so much that I basically know everything, but sometimes you're like, oh wait, I totally forgot to take a cover picture. And so I just got a little checklist there, and same thing, I can just click done and check it off. So that is my work stuff. I do have a content manager, and I'll be honest, I just don't use it that much anymore, but I do, if I am planning a video that has a lot of stuff, I will use it. Something like this video today, I can kind of just do it without needing to have a list. But like, here's like a GoodNotes 101. I was going to do a GoodNotes 101 video. And that's something that like, there are certain things I want to make sure I hit and I talk about. And so I will make a little thing. So I pull it up and it has like the basic upload checklist of creating the thumbnail, editing the video, adding links. And then there's a script section. And a lot of times I just write bullet points so I can kind of remember like what things do I want to talk about. And then if there's any links, and then down here. So this is something I purchased, and let's see, there's different categories. So up here, there's a content schedule. Again, a lot of times I use my planner for that. And so I haven't been using that a ton, but there's, videos that are idea phase, planning phase, scripting, filming, editing, and then here's all the published ones. So this is a very good one if you are into, like if you make stuff for Instagram or YouTube. Here's stuff. And I also did add some stuff. I think the things I added is like, I kind of just adjusted it to like if it's going to be a post or if it's a reel, if it's a podcast, a YouTube video or YouTube short. And there's also a content calendar that you could use. So that is for the content stuff. I think that's it for what I use. Now, there is one thing I really wanted to show you that I do not use, but it's a very cool thing that I used for a while. So this is from Create Heartwork. And this is a catch-all list. So it's like a catch-all to-do list. And so basically you put it here, but what happens is once you click, there's like a button for you to click catch it. It is then going to catch it in one of these categories. So the categories she made are this week, high priority, medium priority, and low priority. So for instance, let's say something we need to do today is call the dentist, okay? And the category, and again, I've made these, so I'm going to say this is for the kids. And I'm going to say priority wise, this is medium priority. If there's a due date, let's say I want it done like, let's say today, right? Because that'll be this week. Okay, I'm going to go back to here so you can kind of see it being catched, see it going down. So I wrote it out and then you click this catch it button. And when you click that, now it's gone. You see it disappeared, but now it went into this week. You see, it says call the dentist and it tells you the due date you wanted. And then it also went into medium priority because I put it in medium priority. As you can see, this stuff is from 2024. I do not use this anymore, but I did really like it. It was really cool. I just found a different, I use mostly now, I do GoodNotes and I just kind of make a long list. But I do think this is very helpful if you have a lot of things that you can kind of just put them all in there and it'll categorize it for you. And it is very cool. And for a while I was using this, I would actually use this and then I would take this stuff and go put it on my planner. So I do still think it's a really cool concept. I just personally don't need it right now. That is it. That is what I use for Notion. So basically just meals and recipes, a few work things, household inventory, and movie collection. That is the main stuff that I use. So let me know if you have any questions.